Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make thumbnails for your games. Just simple thumbnails, not like, I'm not super experienced in this, I still have stuff to learn, but just a basic thumbnail that can actually not look like shit, like my old videos. If you go back, basically no thumbnail, just shit. So, Photoshop is very expensive, so I recommend using this. You can just use it in your web browser. I recommend using Microsoft Edge for this because it has HTML5. Use Microsoft Edge or Chrome, and you can just use this. You could also download the app. I know there's an app of this. Just don't know how to install it. I've been just using this. And this is completely free. You do not need to pay for anything. You can if you want to, if you don't like the ads in the corner or anything, but I don't. I don't want to fuck with it. So, to start with, you want either a canvas of 720 or 1080. It's recommended to go with 720 because you can have that on full quality and it won't look compressed like some of the others because YouTube has a file size limit on what you do and it can be very confusing. So let's get started. First of all, we're going to go to an image. I recommend just going with a flat color or something like that, but you can use whatever you want. Say a screenshot of a game. I'm just gonna look up screenshot of, let's say, Call of Duty. Why not? Look up that. Go to images, and you can pick whichever one you want. Let's say this one. We go here, copy image. Make sure it is at 1080 or 720. Doesn't matter which one you choose, it'll automatically compress the image. And then you just resize it to how you want. I recommend going about this, just enough to where it fits your screen, but it also doesn't look small as shit. Um, then what you can do is what I like to do is you can go into this effect thing, and you can get a gradient overlay. Now the gradient can be multiple different colors. I recommend just going with either white or gray or something that you know would be fun. But you can do multiple different colors. I just don't. I think you would want to go with Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Um, First of all, blend mode can be color, but that will only change the color. What you would want to do is maybe a soft light, and then you can add to that however you want. Um, I can't remember how you that's also a cool feature. You go noise, but okay, I got this. I got this. Sorry. Um so mostly you can change the color on what you want. I'm just going to stick with the default color because you really don't need, but you should use normal most of the time. It'll just bring out a better color than what you usually get. There's different color patterns. Awesome ones at that. I really like this one. It's very saturated and nice. So we're gonna go with that so that we have like a background, and you can just leave it as the background. And what I've done with some videos is just add a character to the background. Usually get some views, but now that we got a solid background, let's say we're going to add, I don't know, say you want to do a tutorial on something. So now that we got a character, what I'm gonna do is just Control V. We got the character now. What I would recommend is just going with AI. Usually the AI does a very good job of removing the background, but you can also use a um ad. You can just watch a short ad. It's like 5 seconds, I think, and it'll immediately do it for you. For some reason it's not working. I don't. Sometimes it also blags out. Hold on. Now that you watch the ad, all you have to do is click out of this and click out of this. Do not skip the ad, otherwise it will not do what you want. Now you just wait, and sometimes it does this, which makes it see-through, which is not good. You do not want that, because as you can see, the original, we go to the original. If we go to the original, all you have to do is click it again, and it should re-render it, and make it look way better than what it was. Now, what we can do is either put this on the left or side corner, whatever you want. I would recommend doing it this way, to the left, because her left hand is here. And what we're gonna do then is, if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can make this any color you want, it doesn't matter. You can add a stroke to it, which will basically mean it has like a white little background, or whatever color you want, and it'll do this, which I like. I like that effect, so we're gonna keep that. Now, for text. Right now we're doing a tutorial on gaming, so what we'll do, first of all, you can pick what text you want. There's multiple different fonts. There's also programs online that you can find yourself. One I really recommend is FontSpace, but you just go through this and see what font you want. I recommend, if you're just doing like a casual video, I recommend sticking to like the default fonts or something like this, which is what we'll use today. And we're going to be using, I usually like either pink text, like bright colors. You want bright colors. So either white, gray, or something light, something like that. Now you can use green. I want to try green. We'll see how that works. And I recommend going like 50 to 67, something around that. And then what you can do is just simply, now it's not going to look great first of all, not yet. And you just type it however you want. You just type, type, type. I just fucked that up severely. Oh my god. Now don't make sure that the text doesn't go off screen. How you do that is just hit enter and it'll go down. Well, it's not gaming, I guess. Now there are better videos on this if you want like a deep dive on how like inner shadowing works. Which I guess I can go a little bit. First of all, you can add an inner glow, which I like. What that means is that it'll add this little shading effect right here, and you can make that however color you want. You can also make this an inner shadow, which will add some depth to the text. And it's on the text. It's not like just, if I can, it's not like just on the text. It's there on the text, so you don't have to worry about anything. But mostly I just grab a stroke and I make it red, dark red. And same size, but clearly I think that's the effects are overlapping each other, which I don't know how to fix. So if you know how to do that, let me know in the comments. But how I will fix that is just, I think I'll have to so here's the thing. I forgot to talk about this. You can undo your effects by just clicking on this history tab and it'll immediately do that. Now we're just gonna go to stroke and 9. There we go. That's nice. One last thing that I think this would make really pop out the image. Well, I couldn't find the thing I was looking for, but this is a general like idea of what you can go for. You can make this so much better in so many ways. And there is videos on this like this, so if you really want a very, very in-depth version, what I will recommend is something that I forgot to mention, is that you can blur some of the image. So what you do is, first of all, we have to get out of this. So we get out of this shit, and I don't know where my, oh my god, what happened? See, this is what I mean, is that this, hold on. Okay, so don't hit tab. Don't hit tab. What I recommend is clicking on the layer of which the gradient is on, and clicking blur, and clicking motion blur, and then just blurring it will do at a 39-degree angle, and that should add it some like the blur effect like you see right here, but it's not major. So what we will do is add another blur on top of that, and we will add blur more, and that should add, it depends on what you want as far as the blur goes. But now something that I really want to show you guys is you can make an outer glow of your character. So what we go to here is we go to this layer, not the first layer, go to the second layer, and we will go to outer glow, and you can basically do whatever you want with this. You can make whatever color you want. I recommend red or yellow for these types of backgrounds, but make it however much size you want. I recommend like about 70 to 73, and you can get a very good like outer glow of this. I really like this. It helps me a lot with thumbnails and other stuff. So yeah, that's how you make a basic thumbnail. And if you want a more in-depth tutorial on different thumbnails of what you want to do, this is just for like a basic gaming clip thing. So if you want a more in-depth like tutorial, just hit me up. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more like this, make sure to subscribe. I am out.